you've had so many bikes, you've had to write them all down.
I have. I've had a total of 91, and the highlights of some of them: 5 RC45s,
Wow.
4 RC30s.
How many blades?
Blades. 954 fire blades. I've had 16.
16. Hello and welcome to What Makes This Bike Great. Today we really have got a great bike with this, the Ducati Desmosedici RR, which belongs to Rob Nesbit. Thanks very much for inviting us down to look at your bike.
Pleasure, Michael.
And hopefully ride it. Let's see. Before we go on about this incredible bike, give us a little taste of your biking history until now.
Well, it goes back to the times when I was on my beloved two-wheel push bikes, hanging up there, which you can't see, the BMX, bicycle motocross. Did that from about the early 80s up until about sort of mid 80s, 85, 86. And then it just progressed into the shape of engine, motorcycle engines. So the ER50 was my first bike, so Suzuki ER50.
The golden era of mopeds. ER5, I had an MB5 and an R80, so ER5?
ER5, I had a Fizzy.
Nice.
Yes. What else did I have? TYs as well, trials bikes.
Okay. So you've done a bit of trialing, proper trialing as well?
A little bit of trialing as well. So you've yet to see those, actually. I haven't shown you those, have I?
No, I haven't seen those ones.
But yeah, then it just progressed from there to the time where, obviously I was a learner at the time, so I went to take my bike test, and took me twice to pass.
Right.
I did it eventually.
Was it the old test where you got to ride around the block?
Yeah. Someone standing at the corner.
That's
and
right. Yeah.
But no, got there and went to a dealer in Ruislip, a Honda dealer, and bought a brand new Honda VFR NC30.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a
So
real.
what year was that then?
1990.
Well, that's a pretty cool first big bike, isn't it?
It was very cool. It was on the, I had to have it on the Never Never, on finance. But it was a dream come true for me. It was, because I remember opening a Sunday supplement, and it was like the centre page, and I was with a friend of mine, and we said, "Look at that!
Yeah.
It's like a miniature RC30."
Yeah.
And we both said, "We've got to get that." So we actually did buy two. He bought one, I bought one from the same dealer.
Wow. And had you been interested in bikes leading up to that? So you'd read about NC30s in PB and stuff like that?
100%. Yeah. I was always fascinated with, I'm kind of a die-hard sports bike fan, so I was always loved the way they looked aesthetically and how they performed and all the figures. And
followed racing at the time, would you have done?
I was watching the 500s at the time, the likes of Swans,
the golden era of 500s as well, Yeah,
it was a magical time.
And the beginning of World Superbikes was there with all the homologation specials as well.
It
was a great time, wasn't it?
Was
PB was in its pomp.
Was.
MCM was selling a gazillion million copies a week.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they were happy days, weren't they?
It was amazing days. And I got friendly with a chap with a 916 and an RGV 250, the very early one with the twin pipes.
The K and the L.
K and L. And it was like the golden era of motorcycling. It was really magical.
And then since then, as you were seen at the beginning of the video, you've had 91 bikes.
Yeah, I totted them up, 91. I was like, my God, really?
And why so many blades? How many blades did you say? 16?
16 of this particular model.
Why?
Again, I bought a brand new one in 2002 and I was smitten with it. It was such a fantastic.
So you sell them and think, I quite fancy another one.
It does go like that. Yeah, I enjoy them. It's not a case of I buy them and immediately move them on. I tend to try and enjoy the experience, enjoy the bike. And then it's progression, because I think, I fancy that now and I fancy that. And that costs a bit more money. So I just tend to move things on. And I've got to this point now where I feel kind of, that's it. I've done what I wanted to do. I've ticked all the boxes. Ended up with this beauty, and I just think, I give myself I just think I'm so lucky. I've worked hard to get to this point, but the whole journey's been so rewarding and so exciting. You know, really.
Well, it was
really good
exciting
fun.
times when Ducati said they were going to produce a MotoGP bike. Not that anyone actually believed them at the time, but it actually happened, didn't it? Because Honda were promising a V5 for a long time.
They were.
They eventually went on to make the RCV. So did you, when this first was sort of unveiled, did that kind of pique your interest? Did you want it straight away, or did you get it straight away? What was that?
It was a bit like go back a few years where the NR750 was announced in 1992.
Yeah.
That piqued my interest big
Yeah.
time. I just thought, what a thing. But at the time, it was £38,000.
That's right.
So
Only rich snooker players used to buy them, didn't they?
Steve James, I
Yeah,
believe.
something like that.
Yeah, Steve James. But yeah, I was in my teens, so the money it's a pipe dream.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but in answer to your question on this, yes, it was. I saw this, and at the time, financially, I wasn't in a position to buy it, but
Yeah.
I thought, wow,
One
one
day.
day, if I could, yes.
Yeah. So when did you end up getting it? There's a bit of
Well,
a story behind that, isn't there?
There is a bit. It's a sad story, yet I hope my beloved mum looking down will appreciate. She knew how much I loved my motorcycles. She lost her battle against cancer, and a year later, in 2008,
Yeah.
and a year later, when everything had been kind of finalised
Yeah.
in terms of that side of things, I had enough to put towards buying one of these.
Wow. Brand new one.
No, I couldn't afford the brand new one, but I was looking quite hard on the internet at the time to see where second-hand ones were going to pop up. They weren't at the time, really. They were quite scarce.
Yeah, yeah.
And eventually, with a bit of patience, this showed up on the internet. It was a one-owner bike.
Mm-hmm.
The guy bought it brand new from Riders of Bridgewater, I think.
Right. Yeah.
He was based down near Bristol. It was up for £36,000, whereas brand new, I think they were about 42.
Yeah.
So it'd come down a fraction. He'd done 3,600 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, let's go and have a look at it.
Yeah.
What have I got to lose?
That's dangerous, going to look at it.
That was very dangerous. And as you, as you
Once you go and look at it, you bought it.
It's true.
Yeah.
So true. But we met, of all places, we met halfway, roughly. We met at the service station on the M4.
Mm-hmm.
I rode one of these down to meet him, and he had it in this trailer. And we had a chat, and he said, right, let me show you the bike. He unveiled it, wheeled it off the thing.
Wow.
And like you said, Michael, it was fatal, because as soon as I saw it,
You're gonna.
I went, OMG,
Yeah.
wow. And he said, would you like to have a little tickle around the car park? I said, why not? And then as soon as I heard it, oh my God, that was the other thing. So we eventually sealed a deal on the day. He was at 36. And whether he was feeling generous on the day, he let me have it for 33.
Right.
So I left him a small deposit, arranged that he delivered it for the price. And I think a week or two later, he was at my front door with this in the back of his trailer.
Wow.
Took it out, I paid the balance, and I enjoyed it for the rest of, I had it for 4 years.
Right. So this is 2008.
2009.
2009 you got it, yep.
2009.
And this is what number is it?
841 out of 1500.
Right, halfway through.
So it had 3,600 miles on it. In 2012, when I decided to, reluctantly sell it, it had just shy of 5,000 miles.
Right.
So I've done a bit.
And what did you do? Where did you ride it?
I took it out weekends at various meetings, various nice locations. Never took it abroad. Just general,
Just
local
enjoyed it.
stuff. Enjoyed it
You've
for
got
what
some
it
nice
is.
roads around here.
Yeah, thank you. And no track work, just purely
Yeah.
on the road. But it was an occasion. Every time I rode it, I used to ride, I still do ride with my wife, and she said, yeah, it turns heads.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
turns heads. And boy, I can hear you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been magical. to the point where it's now back in my possession. And it came about.
So you waved goodbye to it after 4 years.
Yeah, what happened was, I passed it on through a dealer because I didn't really want to advertise it, and I'm not too keen or comfortable with people coming to the house. So a dealer took it off me. For, you know, I lost a bit, but it was a fair exchange.
Yeah.
And a bit later, I bought a brand new old stock RC30 as well.
So had you missed it?
Do you know what? To a point, I hadn't really thought about it much, to be fair, after I let it go. But it was a case of when I saw it again, it just relit my fire of thinking of all the happy times I had with it.
So where did you see it again? How did you come across it?
The bike specialist advertised it. They bought it off the owner, who I don't think he'd had it after I had it. I think there was another owner in between that, because I think there's 4 owners on this now. But they got it back through this. The previous owner contacted them saying, because I think he was 70 years of age, and he said, I just can't ride this bike anymore. Would you like to buy it off me? And they seem to be the go-to place for these sort of bikes. So they purchased it off him. They advertised it. And as soon as I saw that it was this number, I just knew it was my old bike.
Was it the same colours? Was it the Marlboro colours with the white on it? Or
exactly the same.
The same.
And it was in this condition, which blew my mind, because when I let it go, it was literally how you see it. I will say I'm pretty fastidious with how I like to keep my bikes, and this was a dream come true, because after now it's covered over 8,000 miles, it might have shown a bit of wear or tear or something, but well, I've been through it. It's in remarkable.
So you saw it at the bike specialist.
I did.
And you thought, I've got to have it again.
Yeah, it was just one of those, Michael. I just thought, at the time I had a bigger collection what you see today, and I spoke to my wife. I said, I didn't physically have the cash to go and buy it, so I thought, how can I do this?
Yeah.
And I had 5 motorcycles which I'd had for quite some time in my collection, and I thought, do you know what? Let's see what they can offer me on each one of these bikes up against this. And one of the bikes was an RC45, so that lowered the price, you know, because that was quite a chunk of money in that price just on its own. So the owner, James, he gave me a price for all 5 bikes, and I said to myself, well, that's pretty good, because I'm actually walking away with money and a Desmo.
Desmosedici, wow.
So with no further ado, I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So after setting it in 2012, missing it not as much as I thought, but nearing when I did see it again, realising I had, and the memories this brought back, and how I got it originally through my dear mum who helped me buy this. To have it back in my ownership again was just amazing.
And when was that? How long have you had it now?
Not long. I'd say start of the year.
This year?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So all very fresh still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first time round, did it live up to expectations?
I feel I've grown into a better rider now through experience and age. At the time, I felt like the bike was riding me a lot, and I felt like a little bit underexperienced to tell you the truth. But it didn't take away the fact that what I was riding was something really quite unique and sort of special. So, yeah, I'd say riding it again now, I do appreciate it more.
Yeah.
And it feels it's somewhat better.
Yeah. I mean, one of the clever things Ducati did, this is based on the GP6 Desmosedici Grand Prix bike, wasn't it?
It was.
And they obviously had to make it so it was reliable, had a warranty, normal people could, like us, ride it. And for a bike that really is, it is a Grand Prix bike. It hasn't got its electronics.
Diluted a bit.
But it's easy to ride, you know, relatively. You know, it's not as soft as a proper road bike.
No.
But that's one of its kind of superpowers, is that it's quite usable, relatively speaking, as much as you want to use a bike like this.
I know, 100%.
And is it standard? So what kind of spec is this? I mean, there's only one spec of RR, isn't there? But it's got a race pipe on it, hasn't it?
That came with the bike when I bought it originally, so the first owner must have had that fitted.
Yeah.
Because I've got the original exhaust all boxed.
Yeah.
The only other thing that's non-standard is probably a different rear spring.
Yeah.
Basically for my weight.
Yeah.
And different front springs
Okay,
in
who
the
did
forks. JHP Ducati in Coventry.
Really needs that as well. It's a stiff bike.
Very stiff. And I think it just makes it a little bit more...
Plusher, better steering, easier.
Yes.
You said you got a different hugger as well.
Well, the hugger is a factory hugger, but this did not come with the bike from you. So it's an optional extra, basically.
Yeah.
So that was an added extra, which I thought looked fine without it, but I think it serves a purpose.
I know it didn't have one at all, did it?
No.
Standard, that's right.
No.
I remember now.
No, nothing at all. No quick shifter or blipper.
No.
It's all very analog. There's no traction control.
That's it.
Because
this actually came out a year after the 1098R. The 1098R was the first bike to have traction.
That's
but this was signed off before the R, so it didn't get the electronics, whereas the R did, even though it came out a year before. But yeah, it's quite analog, isn't it?
Very much so.
But the engine...
No wire by
just a throttle cable.
Yeah.
V4 engine. Quite a tractable bike, actually, isn't it?
Gear-driven cams, I believe, in these as well.
All carbon bodywork, gas forks, first time on a bike.
Yeah, the forks are, I think they're 7,000 for the pair.
Are they?
Yeah.
Engines full of magnesium, full of titanium.
I think I heard once.
Yeah. The dash was the same as the GP bikes of the day.
Correct. And I think the brake setup was the ones they used on the GP bike in the wet.
In the wet, that's right.
Obviously they'd have carbon brakes.
Carbon,
yeah, so that's very nice to have.
So what's it like to own
the wheels. I didn't mention the wheels, have I?
That's a big thing, isn't it? Because like standard, they're 16-inch rear, because the fashion at the time was racing bikes had 16.5s. So Ducati put 17 on the front and the 16 on the rear to give it the balloon-shaped look of a 16.5. But they only ever made one tyre. What was it? A BTO
16?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, BTO
1R.
Yeah.
Beg your pardon.
Which wasn't a great tyre. Plus, you couldn't change it for anything else. So some of the Desmos that I rode back in the day, like specials, had 17-inch rear wheels, so you could actually put proper tyres on. And you've changed the wheels as well.
Not me personally.
Right.
The bike came with them, which was an added bonus, because I should think a set of BST wheels, not cheap.
No.
So that was a real...
So the 17s.
17s.
That's allowed you to put super coursers on.
Yes, it has.
That's good.
And obviously any tyre choice I like in this present day.
Slicks
really.
on there if you wanted to.
100%. So that was really nice. I've still got the original wheels, but...
You do a lot of track riding. Would you be tempted to put it on the track?
I would.
You would?
Yeah. But...
I'd be scared.
If track days were designed where, I don't know, you know, you have different groups, don't you? But I don't know, if I could just get in a session where there was no interruptions, I could just sort of go at my own pace. Yeah. No one in the way. I know it's never going to happen, but I'd love to go around a circuit.
Yeah.
Because I think, when you're on the road, you can just feel that it's got so much to give.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it just wants to.
So what's the plan with it now then?
Well, now obviously I haven't had it long. Is to hopefully keep it for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
As long as I can, cherish it, ride it.
Yeah.
I won't just mothball it. I want...
They're designed to be ridden, aren't they?
Yeah, and obviously, you know, if people get enjoyment seeing it on the road or at bike meets or anywhere like that, or sort of it's a talking point, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think, why not, you know, share it with everyone else.
What are your favourite bits on it? I mean, all of it, obviously.
Good question. I mean, it just all comes together. I just think this single self-supporting seat unit is lush.
Something special, and it's got that carbon ceramic exhaust
because they exit out the top here, and that gets roasty hot.
Yeah.
You probably felt the heat earlier on with it, you know, coming through the bodywork, because they do run hot.
Yeah.
Carbon fibre here with this lovely mesh. It's just little attention to detail everywhere. The machined
the foot peg hangers.
Yeah,
and it's a trellis frame, isn't it? Before they went the airbox frame that they've got in Panigales now.
That's right, probably chrome moly or something like that.
Yeah.
Aircraft tubing or something like that.
Like the motors now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's carbon fibre, literally.
Just carbon bodywork. Everything's carbon except the tank, isn't it?
That's aluminium, do you think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. Have you got anything to add about the bike?
I can only say that I'm blessed, and I've worked my way to this point to be able to afford to buy something like this through just my sheer passion of motorcycles. And I feel I've reached a point where I've got something now which
it's the ultimate,
I'm always trying to achieve.
There's not many proper MotoGP bikes on the road. There's the RCV, but they only made 90 odd instead of the 200 odd because of the earthquake in the Honda factory.
Oh, of course, yes.
I suppose you've got RG 500s and RD 500s, but they were pretty watered down compared to this. This is proper special, isn't it?
It's the real deal, isn't it?
Real deal. And I love the colour as well, because it came in a darker
Rosso,
red.
Just a Rosso, complete red.
Yeah, but this is kind of the Marlboro red, isn't it?
Red.
The retina burning red.
But
Brilliant.
Such an occasion to ride the bike. Every time I set off, it just feels
brilliant.
So it's nothing, don't get me wrong, I love my other bikes in my collection. But I don't know, that's something about that.
This is something special.
It's just, I think it's the noise as well. It just adds to the whole experience.
Yeah. Can I have a go?
Go on then.
Thanks, mate. Thanks very much for inviting us down.
It's been absolute.
Hopefully dodge the raindrops.
One of the best days of my life, honestly. Fantastic, mate. Thank you for
thank you very much.
taking the time to come down and
no worries
and talking.
I'll enjoy it.
Experiencing
Thanks, mate.
No problem.
So here we are, back on Des after all these years. 2008 was the last time I rode these in anger. Did a couple of MCN tests since then, but 2008 was the year where Ducati made a MotoGP bike for the road. Incredible. And I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. I remember quite vividly what the bikes were like the first time round, but given all the time that's passed since, it's interesting to get to know Desmond again. It's very stiff, very compact like I remember. Let's not go through this puddle. But it's a lot plusher. That's because Rob has re-sprung the suspension. It's not quite the block of wood it once was. The bars are really flat. You've got this beautiful Marlboro red, lurid kind of bright red paintwork, which is fantastic. Carbon fibre everywhere you look. O-lins, gas forks. This LCD dash was kind of cutting edge back then. This is what the MotoGP riders would have been looking at. And it really does feel like a GP bike. We were lucky enough to ride the GP6 at Valencia after the final race. It was a bike Troy Bayliss had won the day before, which is actually Gibernau's bike. He was a standing rider and he won, got pole, fastest lap. The other rider was Caparossi, of course. And it has all the same traits. Obviously it's been dumbed down a little bit to make it reliable as a road bike. The actual GP bike's absolutely revved to the moon. But this was so similar that test rider Alessandro Valiak, at the beginning of its development, took basically a GP bike out with lights on the road and it caught fire. So, although talking of heat, there's a lot of heat under the seat, which is quite welcome on an October day like this.
feels amazing. Riding position isn't too extreme. Ducati always give you good leg room, which I like, but it kind of's got the architecture and the layout of a 999 really. It kind of feels like that era of bike rather than the sort of 1098s and the Panigales that followed. So, you know, it feels and sounds like a conventional V4 rather than the twin pulse backward spinning crank V4s of today. It feels raw, it's so light. Brakes are fantastic. Got these brake adjuster that goes over to the left bar so you can twiddle it as you're going along. The mirrors aren't even too bad. It's kind of relatively friendly for a Grand Prix bike. Pulling away, the clutch is a bit raunchy. The first gear is quite tall, but apart from that, it's very civilised. So we're really lucky as journalists to get to ride this bike. The launch was originally at Misano, and we went along and had the technical briefing, which took ages because there's so many special parts on this bike. But then it rained and we never got out on the bike, so we went back again a month or so later to Mugello, got 5 laps on it, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. And then got to ride it quite a few times afterwards. We were friends with Ducati Glasgow at the time. We got to ride it around Glasgow town centre, sort of the mad juxtaposition between Grand Prix bike and the city. We got to ride it at Knockhill back then and more recently with a bunch of Superleggeras, and did a few little tests in Almeria where we raced it against Ferrari Scuderia and 430 Scuderia and the 1098R. Just amazing. We went Des mad for a little while, and I never thought I'd ride one again, but here we are, thanks to Rob. So be very careful here, I don't want to damage it. It's the big irony about special bikes like this. You're never really going to ride them hard because you don't want to damage them. So I think really only journalists of the day and test riders ever really got to thrash them, because I'm not saying there's no consequence, because obviously you're going to hurt yourself if you fall off, or you know, no one wants to smash a bike up. But you're a little bit more carefree than you would be if you just forked out a load of money for it. It is an event to ride. I mean, today's V4 Panigale probably run rings around this, because at the end of the day the chassis is still quite stiff, so it'd be quite difficult to feel what the bike's like at the limit, even though the suspension's plusher, which goes a long way to helping things out. Feels fantastic. It's quite risky, as you can imagine. Oh, listen to that engine note. It's got the race exhaust, which gives it more power. Back in the day we had these on the dyno and they made about 160, which is kind of way short of what Ducati claimed. But still, with a bike so light, that's not slow, is it? And if you think of the kind of class of 2008, what was around then, you know, that was kind of on par with Fireblades and R1s, with a bike that's a lot lighter, with a proper racing chassis. Tickle. No electronics on this bike, no wheelie control, no traction control, no engine brake control, no quick shifter, no auto blipper. Even though it came out in 2008, which was a year after the 1098R came out to be the first bike with traction control, because this bike was signed off earlier because of the production schedules, it didn't get the electronics. So it's a pure raw riding experience. I mean, you need to be on track to enjoy this, but God, I don't think I'd want to go into the piranha pool of the fast group with this. This is amazing. I've got to say a huge thanks to Rob for letting me on his Pride and Joy. I think just before I sign off, we give this a little tickle. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, riding this amazing bike. Do a little please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon.